Imagine it's Sunday morning in November. You're lounging in your cozy living room, sipping hot coffee. But something is off. Your smartphone says 8 a.m., but the clock on the wall says 7 a.m. You've been thrust into the annual twilight zone that is daylight saving time. It's that twice-yearly ritual when billions around the globe fiddle with their clocks. A practice rooted in an era as distant as horse-drawn carts. Some curse it, others shrug it off. Yet, it's a collective dance we perform in unison. And, as you glance around, you wonder, why are we all still doing this? Daylight saving time, DST, first emerged during World War I. The idea was simple: save energy by making better use of daylight. Germany was the first to adopt it, and soon others followed. The idea was that by shifting the clock forward in spring, we'd conserve fuel for the war effort. But here's the catch: that world doesn't exist anymore. In 1918, the United States adopted DST for similar reasons. By 1966, the Uniform Time Act standardized the practice across states. But energy consumption patterns have shifted dramatically since then. In a 2008 study by the U.S. Department of Energy, DST saved a meager 0.03% of total energy consumption. That's a far cry from the anticipated savings. In fact, a 2020 study found that it might even lead to increased energy usage due to more heating in the mornings and air conditioning in the evenings. So, if the original justification no longer holds, why does DST persist? One explanation is the economic benefits. Retail and tourism sectors argue that longer evening daylight boosts consumer spending. More daylight means more time for shopping and recreation. But dig deeper, and this benefit isn't as clear-cut. A 2015 study from J.P. Morgan Chase found that consumer spending increases only slightly during DST. In contrast, the inconvenience and health impacts seem to outweigh these benefits. Consider the health implications. DST disrupts our circadian rhythms, leading to sleep deprivation. This contributes to increased heart attacks, strokes, and workplace accidents. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Clinical Medicine found a 5% increase in heart attacks in the first week of DST. It's a small adjustment with potentially deadly consequences. The initial idea was to save lives during wartime, yet now it risks them in peacetime. So who benefits from DST? The answer isn't as obvious as it seems. Utility companies might see some operational benefits, but these are marginal. The real story is a mix of inertia and fragmented policies. Some regions choose to opt out, like Arizona and Hawaii in the United States. This patchwork approach complicates travel and commerce. The European Union even considered abolishing DST in 2019, but implementation stalled amidst political and logistical hurdles. There's also public support, albeit tepid. A 2024 survey revealed 60% of Americans wanted to abolish DST. Yet, there's still resistance, partly due to the fear of change. The familiar is comfortable, even when it's nonsensical. Thus, the status quo lingers. But let's not dismiss DST's defenders. Some argue it promotes outdoor activities. More daylight means more time for sports, barbecues, and community events. Yet, look around, and you'll see this is more nostalgia than reality. In today's digital age, our schedules are dictated less by daylight and more by screens. Now, let's shift gears. Think of it as a tale of two realms, the corporate and the personal. Corporates adjust effortlessly with automated systems. For individuals, it's a different story. Imagine single parents juggling school routines, or night shift workers scrambling to adjust. For them, the clock change is more than a minor inconvenience. Consider the human cost through the lens of an example. Meet Sarah, a nurse who works night shifts. Twice a year, her schedule is upended. The spring forward means one less hour of sleep before a demanding shift. The toll is palpable. It's not just about altered routines, it's about a ripple effect of stress and fatigue that cascades through people's lives. Sarah's story is one of many. The Alliance for Natural Health USA discusses how DST exacerbates mental health issues, particularly depression and anxiety. Changing clocks might seem trivial, but it introduces chaos into meticulously planned lives. For many, it's an unnecessary burden. So, what should change? The logical conclusion is simple: to abolish daylight saving time. Let's transition to permanent standard time, or even permanent daylight time, like some regions propose. The key is consistency. Our lives are no longer bound by agrarian cycles or wartime exigencies. Some argue that technology can resolve the confusion. Yet, the fix isn't technological, it's systemic. We need policymaking that aligns with contemporary realities, not century-old assumptions. If the European Union, a consortium of 27 countries, can debate abolishing DST, surely individual nations can act decisively. In the end, this isn't about clocks or hours. It's about aligning our lives with the world we inhabit today. It's about acknowledging that some traditions don't age well. The senseless part is not the biannual clock change. It is the stubborn clinging to a relic of history that no longer serves us.